What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Phantom 1 here, and today, we are actually back from TFCon LA. We are actually back from TFCon LA. If you actually were paying attention to the entire community posts that I was making the entire time, of last week while I was at the, convention, you guys may know that I did pick up a couple holy grails, especially in the Transformers community, and especially in anything else. But today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Legacy United Voyager class animated Optimus Prime. And this guy is beautiful. Oh my gosh, is this guy beautiful. I was so excited when I was able to pick this up. Now, let me give you a little bit of a backstory on how I managed to pick this up. First off, I was in LA, California. We stayed in the right around the Long Beach area. And they told us, they're like, yeah, this is California, so things are a little different. And when I went to California, I did not believe the hype of everything is locked up in cases and you cannot get to it. Until I went to California and saw that everything was locked up in cases and you could not get to it. So this guy was locked up in a case along with Thundertron. I did not get Thundertron because I personally did not care for Transformers Prime. But obviously if you guys saw the post, you guys know that I met Rick Alvarez. So, but anyways, but yeah, everything was locked up and I could not get access to any of the figures. So the fact that this thing was even there, I had to literally call down an attendant for them to come and get this, and then I ended up purchasing it. So, in terms of the packaging here, you got animated Prime in his truck mode, which I think is beautiful. I'm personally waiting for a trailer to come for him, and or a Commander class version of this guy, or Commander class version of him with a extended trailer that makes it probably this long, and then adds the jet wing combination from the original show. I would personally like to see that happen, but obviously this is obviously the only thing we're going to get with animated. So maybe not the only thing we're going to get with animated, but this is the only thing we're going to get with animated Prime, excuse me. And on the side of the packaging here, you've got Prime all in his Legacy United look here, which honestly doesn't look half bad. I like the fact that they're giving them more realistic looking, somewhat realistic looking faces. I mean, obviously this is just a perfect rendition of the voice, or not even the voice of Optimus, or this is just basically a perfect rendition of Optimus Prime. And on the back here, you've got your product shots here. And the thing that I do like about this is they don't call this Evo Fusion. I'm happy they don't call it Evo Fusion. I'm grateful. And one more thing to note on this, it is the 40th anniversary of Transformers this year. So we're going to remove the packaging and we're going to take a look at the figure. But before we take a look at the figure really quickly, we're going to take a look at his weapon. And this is actually kind of something that I thought was really nice. First off, you get his animated battle axe. And in terms of the detail here, I mean, this is obviously definitely not the battle axe, but this is definitely a better version of said battle axe, because in the original animated one, they had the battle axe that was all the way extended, and they had one that folded up somehow onto the back of Optimus Prime that they wanted you to call the battle axe. That was just not the battle axe. And this one actually collapses and extends, so I'm very pleased that we have that. I'm not a big fan of this little bulky bit here, but then again, how you gonna do that? So, and it does somewhat store on vehicle mode, and you do have, I mean, it's not really storage, if you really want to call it storage. There are these posts and ports everywhere throughout his body, but this is the only one that I have found that makes it somewhat bearable. Looks like he's got a turret hanging off the side of him there. So, I mean, yeah. However, one thing that is kind of cool about this figure is they did manage to fix one small animation error that at least something that I thought with this character. So if you'll notice here, he definitely has 3 wheels. He's got one wheel here and 2 wheels here. Now in the original cartoon, he only had wheels here and here, no wheels here. So how do you make a Transformer with wheels that don't exist here, but you still have to manage to somehow balance it out? I think they knocked it out of the park with how this is done. So, anywho, now we can get into some scale comparisons, because y'all know we love our scale comparisons here. We all love our scale comparisons. So, there he is. And First thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the only other Legacy United figure that I was able to acquire, or that I've been able to acquire. Here he is next to Core Class Tasmania Kid from Beast Wars 2. Hold on here, let me straighten him out a little bit. Here he is with Leo Convoy, or Leo Prime. Legacy Evolutions Voyager Leo Prime. Here he is with, technically this could be classified as Legacy United, but we're not going to classify it as Legacy United. Here he is next to the Legacy G2 Laser Prime, the leader class version at the very least. So, here's that. And finally, here we have him with the OG Earthrise Optimus Prime. I cannot wait for the Studio Series 86 version of Prime. I'm super stoked for it. It's going to be Commander class. Can't wait for it. Alright, so now that we've done that, we can get him into transformation. Now, the one thing that I really found was a very big surprise to me about this figure was that this is almost, and I say almost, not 100%, but it is almost a redo of the original animated Prime figure. At least this chunk of the robot feels like that. Or at least the deluxe class version of the robot feels that way. So, to get this whole thing started, we're going to work on the legs first to get this whole thing started. So, you're going to come here and you're going to untab it. And there is a little tab section that will friction on in there. And you're going to just bring it out like this, and it's going, there's a tab here, it's going to go into this port here. You're going to just bring this in and collapse it in like that. Then you're going to take this foot, there are two ports or posts here that go into these two little tabs here, and then you're going to just bring it all the way up and cleanly squeeze that all together. Foot's on a double hinge, so you're going to bring it back, and you're going to bring it all the way up, and then you're good to go. And then split it. I didn't do that first. You can split it. I don't do it that first because it just makes my life a little easier. So I do the same thing on the other side. Get this thing untabbed. Peg that in. Open this up. Close up the leg. Make sure it all tabs into place. Make sure the legs are all nice and straightened out. Then take this and bring this all the way down. There are these ports here and this tabs here. And there you go. I'm going to straighten out the legs just a little bit. And we're going to work on the top section here. So first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to, well, don't undo that, but you're going to come to this top section. You're going to bring it all the way back. You may recognize this from the original animated Optimus Prime. And then you're going to take this front section, you're going to untab it, and you're going to bring it all the way forward. Then you're going to take these wheel sections, you're going to untab them, and you're going to bring them out. So as soon as you take these pieces here, you bring them inward, just angle them inward. That will untab them from the wheel piece here, like these pieces here. They just tab in like that. Untab them is just to undo that. Open up the wheel sections like so. Then you're going to make sure this is all like that, and then take the waist section or the abdomen section, and you're going to rotate it, and then you're going to take the you take this whole wheel section. You're going to, we'll bring this up to do this. We get this whole thing out of the way. We're going to bring this all the way around, and the wheel sections here, they have these little ports here that are going to go into these onto these tab slots, and we just do it like this. One side done. Do the same thing on the other side. Make sure it all tabs in properly, like so. And we're on the home stretch. Seriously, we are on the home stretch. Take the chest piece, accordion it down, and it just, there are these two little clear plastic pieces that are going to friction in on these two port pieces here. Clip those in there. Rotate the arms. Let's just take this back panel here and fold it around. Take these two ports here, and they will just go into these two pieces here will tab into back wheel section. And then take the arms, rotate them, straighten them out. Then take the fists. You're going to literally pull them out like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Take the hands and fold them out like that. Straighten it out. Make sure everything is all as good as it can be. It should not do that because of the way I had things standing, but, you know, hey, life happens. Then, of course, we're going to take the axe, put it in his hand. I kind of like the shortened version of the axe a little bit more, but, and there you have Legacy United Animated Prime in his robot mode. And honestly, this figure, Hasbro, keep giving us animated figures. I totally love the fact that you're revisiting them and the fact that you're re-engineering them and you're redoing them into a point where they're just wonderful. They're wonderful figures. This literally, the transformation was smooth. It didn't feel like pure shit. It doesn't look like pure shit. The back is clean. The whole thing looks like it literally is jumping right off of the cart, like right off of the television screen from the cartoon into my house. I totally love the fact that Hasbro is revisiting these and they're giving them a second chance. Now, do I think Prowl was a good move? No, Prowl was definitely not a good move. Prowl was probably the worst move they could have made. Do I think this one was a good move? Absolutely. I think this guy's an amazing move. Do I think Bumblebee's a good fresh new move? I think he's a wonderful new move. Now, let's get into some scale comparisons with the other Primes and the other Legacy United figure. So, here he is next to Core Class Tasmania Kid. Here he is next to Legacy Voyager Leo Convoy. Please ignore the planes flying above my house. They're not stopping. It's annoying as all get out. Here he is next to the Legacy Laser Prime. Leader Laser Prime, shall I say. And here he is next to Earthrise Prime. Earthrise Leader Prime. And honestly, if we're going to be truthfully honest here, this is how you truly do a Voyager. This is how you do a Voyager. You make it the right size, you give it the right amount of accessories, and you package it properly, you advertise it properly, and this is what you get. You get a perfect looking figure. One thing, though, that you can do with his axe, that, if I may, just a moment here, I need to dig into the accessories bin here. Just a second, we will get right to it. Sorry, I just had to dig through those for a moment here. But something you can do, and this is just one effects part that I just happen to have lying around, is you can take the effects part and you can... There is a port back here that you can totally... This will stay in the port. There we go. You can totally have him replicating that scene with the flaming axe going on here. And I totally am all for that. Totally am all for it. Obviously, this is not the right pose you want him in, but this is just for the video. I would if I had a longer time, I would get him into the right pose. I mean, obviously you can have the blast effects parts, but this is the only one that really for me works. So, at least in my opinion, for right this current moment, you know. And it's also the only one that I've got that truly does work. So, anywho, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying, oh wait, before I do the outro, we've got to rank this figure. How are we going to rank this figure? Well, I'm going to rank this figure. You know what? This is one of the few that gets a 10 out of 10 for me. When I say 10 out of 10, that's a pretty rare one that comes across the screens here. I give it a 10 out of 10 because this thing is perfect down to the last little detail. Yes, please insert meme here please insert the meme here. But anyways, you know, basically it's perfect. This figure is it's perfect. I mean, literally, at least in my opinion, I don't know anybody who's gotten upset over this. I don't know anybody who's ever, you know, said anything bad about this particular Prime. I don't know anybody who has, because it's just wonderful. So, and if you were at TFCon LA, you could have gotten it signed by his voice actor, David Kaye. Yes, David Kaye voiced the other one. or voiced Megatron and Optimus Prime. You know, you voiced Megatron and Optimus Prime, guys. Just aware. But anyways, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, and don't forget to check out Planet Toys, a world built by collectors, where if you do check out with them right now, you can get yourself a 10% off discount on your purchase. So, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying once again, do not forget to check out Optination Reviews, Beastman Reviews, Riveted Reviews, Jordy's Rail Videos, Patrick with the Y, iStar552, Bravely GG, and Take Along Productions, as I know they all do some amazing work. And this is Thomas Fan 1 saying, don't forget to keep playing with your toys. Don't forget it.